Hey everyone, welcome back. Deft here. So let's get back to this. This is Night of the Dead. I know I haven't made any recordings in a while. A lot's been going down on my personal life, but anyways, I'm back now. So let's get started with this. The final chapter for Night of the Dead is out and it's in full release. So the game's a little bit more expensive than what it used to be when it was in early access. I think I have a couple of free copies that were sent to me by the dev. If that's the case, I'll get those out to everybody soon. If anybody's interested in grabbing one of those, or maybe you have somebody you want to play with and play the multiplayer version of this game, then be sure to get in there. I'll probably drop it on the YouTube comments. So go over that area and check that. With that, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and then on there it'll probably be a random number that you have to pick 1 through 1,000. I'll generate it, and then whoever is closest to that number, I will give you a copy of the game. Anyways, but let's go jump into the game right now. Right here on the start screen, a little bit's changed. Graphics have improved in the game. I've already done a test game just to see how it's going to work. I only played for a couple hours just to see the changes. A lot has changed. The AI is much better, so let's go ahead and do our start game here. And you can see test deft here was made last time, so let's go ahead and set up a new character because we don't want to grab the stats from our old characters. We'll start fresh. That way if anybody needs help, I can show you what's going on. So we'll just click on one of the blank picture icons. I'm going to start deleting them at this rate. I am not going to go over character customization. As you can see here, it's pretty intense. There's a lot of stuff you can do. You can do gender, male, female, whatever you want. Change the colors of everything. Come over here, change your body type, mouth type. You name it, they can do it. So with that, we're just going to get started. And I'm going to jump through this really quick. And once you finish the character customization, you'll come to the next screen where you can set up your character name. And then you can choose your job, place points everywhere. So let's go ahead and cover this. First things first, let's do our character name right here at the bottom. We'll just call this person Deft 24 so we know what year we're in. I think 23 was the last time we did a walkthrough guide. There's really not much need for the specifics I was covering in the last tutorial because everything's really well explained now except a few points like right here. So here you can choose an occupation. You can be unemployed. If you look right here at the bottom, you'll see the stats. So if we were to say go civil servant, it'll change down here and increase and take away from different stats. Same thing with angler, researcher, marathon runner. I just always go with unemployed. I don't know if we're getting bonus stats and I'm not exactly sure how this works. Then over here you'll see it adds completion speed, equipment drop rate upon zombie kill because we're diligent, so that's +5. It takes away from our available points here at the bottom, which is at 20 if you're unemployed. So to me, unemployed allows more customization. Play as you want to, and if you scroll down here, you can find more jobs. So we have forwarder, thief, soldier, hunter, and like right here, hunting knowledge, damage to animals, damage to humans. Soldier is going to be marksmanship, and that's like ranged weapon, thief, great theft. You can steal and do all kinds of stuff. Looks like maybe burglar alarm prevention, so maybe you get a couple of bonuses by choosing that job. Unfortunately, you lose a ton of points. Forwarder, you get more inventory space. So if you're playing with other players, you might want to each pick something different depending on what job you plan to do. But again, like I said, I'm just going to go unemployed, do like a huge customization, and that means we get no extra traits. We just start with 20 points. So let me go ahead and get my points put in, and I'll tell you what we're going to do here. And while I'm thinking about 2 at the bottom here, if you hover over these stats, it tells you what they do. So this one, in case anybody hadn't played before, is fishing time down, damage to zombies up, or increased, I guess you could say. So fishing time decreased is a good thing. Damage to zombies is a good thing. Strength, that's just regular damage to like trees and boulders, I believe. It might carry over to the zombies as well. Jump power, not that important. Vitality is going to be attack stamina usage down, dodge stamina usage down. Super important things to have when you're doing melee fighting. Endurance is going to be protection up, stamina regeneration up. Again, very important. Attention is going to be noise is reduced, movement speed increased. Movement speed is useful, and noise decreased just means the zombies won't aggro as much because they won't be able to hear you. So to me, noise really kind of useless, or no, it's not useless because I just like killing the zombies for the loot and for the experience. And then we have judgment, which is hit point recovery from items is up, and evasion rate is up. And evasion rate is pretty big. It helps a lot. So does hit point recovery, but we're actually probably going to take that away, and I'll show you in a second once I get all these placed over here. So again, if you hover on these, you can see what they do trait wise, and the blue ones are positive traits, as you can see right at the top. The red ones are negative traits, so that means these will give you points back, but then you're going to suffer the rest of the game. Alright everybody, so I've picked out my stats, and one thing I didn't cover was the point value. I think that's pretty obvious though on this right side. So +1 point, -3 points. So if you look over here on my final chosen traits, you see we're at available points of +0. We do have 2 reds, so I took indigestion for hit point recovery from items down, and then loud voice increased, so we make more noise, so more zombies will come for us, and they will aggro from a farther distance. And then we took kleptomania, so equipment drop rate upon zombie kills increased because they drop some really good items, especially the rarer they are. The next is the gain XP amount is increased, critical rate is increased by sharp nails, stamina regen is up by 2 hearts, city friendly damage to trees, boulders, and ore is increased. And the reason I do that is it just speeds the game up a lot, especially early game. And then we have good posture, attack/dodge, stamina usage down. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to just press create, and then you can see your new character added over here. So we're just going to select that character, and then we will go to single player. You can also change your appearance here and make all the changes once more, or delete characters. Let's go ahead and press single player. You'll choose multiplayer there if you're going to do a multiplayer game. Here's all my previous saves that we've played before. And like I said, we're going to do this on a brand new game, so just click on new game. Once you click new game, it'll bring you here. At the top, you have tabs you can choose, and you can customize here as well if you want to make a lot of changes. So you can do peaceful, easy. The more red here that you have, the higher the percentage, the more difficult it's going to be. I do customize some things on here, so that right now we'll play mostly default, so we can limit the zombie waves to 200, 400, 1,000. You can just keep increasing it. You can decrease it. Again, I'm gonna leave that standard. We're gonna leave no team kill. We're gonna leave that on so we don't kill each other. I think this is right. Like if you put, like, I think it's a no team kill if it's check marked. Maybe if you uncheck it, I want to say that maybe that's yes, you can team kill. Maybe that's no. You might have to come back and readjust that. We'll have to play with that as we go. Because the way I'm looking at this is that right here it says no generator breakdown. I'm gonna turn that on. Let's see, no research lost upon dying. I'm gonna make sure that's on. Drop items on exit. That could be good if you're doing multiplayer and maybe the other guy's not coming back and you're in charge of the server. Synthetic objects respawn. I like to have everything respawn. I think it makes the game easier, but it just makes farming a lot more fun. And as far as building goes, you can get a lot more done faster. Natural objects respawn, sure. Actually, let's see. Yeah, difficulty is increasing. Okay, actually, maybe we don't have to click those on for that to happen, because that should be making the game easier, not harder. So if we did no zombie respawn, that makes it easier. So okay, so we're gonna leave these unchecked. If we have to, we can come back in here and make the changes. We'll just have to save and leave the game. See, activate building in forbidden area. We don't want to do that. And no wave. We do want waves, so we're not going to check that one. So that's all the changes I'm going to make right here. Is just no generator breakdown. If we have to come back and change it, I'll go over that at a time if I notice that the trees and rocks aren't respawning. And with that, let's go ahead and start the game. So throughout the game, he's now implemented a storyline, so we'll get to see what's going on. The world's a lot more involved, and there's a lot of AI interactions, so be ready for that. And then we get these special cutscenes. There are a couple more throughout the game. And now we're in the basic tutorial phase, so I don't have to add anything to the game now. If the devs updated also, it's all pretty obvious what you get to do. So WASD to move around, obviously. And you're going to want to follow the quest lines, especially starting early, and completing quests will get you specialty stats. So for right now, like I said, we can move around, but you want to come straight over here, grab the radio, press F as in Foxtrot to grab it.
This is not a fresh human meat store, Mr. Zombie. I'm busy, so shuffle off to another stall. A person? Are you currently in the underground capsule room on Andorna Island? Sleep capsules can sometimes cause trouble. I'm Dr. Veronica Grimes. I'm researching a zombie cure. Is there even power in the bunker now? Find a light immediately and secure the line of sight.
So as you explore different buildings in different areas, you'll notice that you can walk up to cabinets and different kinds of little structures. Press F to find anything inside of them. Press T as in Tango if you want to take all. The instructions over here at the bottom. So you definitely want to loot all this. It'll give you some early game food. And then we'll check all the cabinets out, grab everything we can find. You want to take medicine. Medicine and food are way more involved now than they used to be. And then come over here, let's grab the flashlight. Now it wants us to turn the light on. Press L as in Lima. You can see your quest objectives on the left side of the screen. And then it wants us to open the door and go to the next room.
I need your help with the zombie cure research. You've just emerged from a stasis capsule, so you're probably wandering around without any clothes. Find something to wear and get dressed.
So again, this is pretty straightforward area. Let's go ahead and open this crate here. We'll grab some clothes out. Then we need to put our clothes on by pressing I as in India to open the inventory. Just right click it and it should auto equip. Now our character is dressed.
I have a proposal for you.
And then we'll keep moving forward from there. Let's go ahead and loot everything up on the way.
Andorna Island. That material will be invaluable in my research for a zombie cure. Succeed, and I'll send a helicopter for your rescue. Make sure to record important things in your journal.
And then we'll use left control to crouch and go through this little door right here. And then you can see the room we just came from. This is a dead end right here, so you don't have to worry about anything inside of this room. This lever does nothing, so keep moving forward. And this part has changed, guys, so if you're thinking you can skip all this because you already know what's going to happen, it is a little different if you want to see the changes. Let's go ahead and grab this item. It's more medicine. We can loot all these cabinets on the back, I think. Nope, we can only loot one. Right here is a clue. We need to pick that up before we can proceed. So we're going to press F to take that. I'm going to pause here for a second, read it if you want to. And then from there, we're going to walk across the hallway, open this door here. Oh, wait. Actually, it wants us to check our journal first. So like I said, you have to follow the quest initially, but later on you still want to follow it because it'll give you bonus. So we just press J for journal, or as in journal, I guess you could say. Right here at the bottom on the left side, you'll see that we're currently in the main storyline at the top for tab on the first part of the main story. And then over here it tells you the reward for completing it will get strength +1. And you don't have to rush through this area. The zombie timer for the wave to come, as far as I can tell, is not running while we're inside of this area. So then you can see the check marks right here where we've completed the various quests and items that it wants us to do. And then it'll give you clues to how to complete some of the quests later on if you can't figure it out. And next it says press F to open the yellow door. And we'll come to this room. It's going to start talking some more, give us some more stuff to do. We're going to loot up.
It's the research facility where the New Humanity project was conducted. Check if there's still someone in the bunker who can help you find the mutant substance.
And somebody correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. You can jump down here and go swimming if you really want to. I just didn't see any reason to. But like I said, you can go in the water, you can swim, you don't have to worry about dying. I don't know if there's a way to dive or not. I've not figured that out, if there is. So somebody let me know, or if there's any purpose to go under there, if it's just there to keep you from falling through the graphics or some other item. But now we'll go through this door here. Still following the quest line. You'll see a survivor hiding back here, security guard. Let's go ahead and talk to him.
Are you really human? Finding me in a place like this? You're lucky. I'm Walter Wagner. If you're looking for the mutant substance, I can help you. In exchange, you need to secure a spot for me on the escape helicopter from Andorna Island. It's a good deal, right? I've stored the mutant substance at the research center on the surface. You go to the surface first through the bunker door. I'll follow once it's safe.
That's all we can do with him. You can't talk to him or do anything else. Let's go ahead and proceed to the next area. So we'll open this door here, and once it's open the door, move with hallway, interaction, bunker, exit. Anyways, we'll go through this door because it was previously locked. Come into here, it wants us to jump. Jump is spacebar. To run is shift. Then you're going to see we have another NPC here. She actually looks different than the last time on my test playthrough. Looks like a clone of us. So we get Megan this time. Last time it was somebody different, so that's a random spawn. Survivor. But this is something brand new to the game that I didn't see until I did the test phase, which made me really happy. And they do randomly chat. If you look in the lower right side, you'll see that. So a lot of the UI has changed too. So we can recruit them by pressing F. Let's go ahead and do so.
Let's do this.
Now that we've recruited them, we can give them orders by pressing T. Here you can tell them to loot synthetic objects, and you can tell them to stop if you hit this button. And then they'll level up. I have not leveled mine to 10 yet, so I don't know what happens after that. We'll see what we unlock. I want to say this room's empty. Let's take a quick look. If anybody's wondering why I'm talking quick, it's because the first episode of this game always takes forever, because I like to cover everything. So we'll just run down the hallway.
We should head to the research center that Walter mentioned. Show me your skills and determination. I hope you won't disappoint.
And then we'll head to the top to this big iron looking door, and it's time to exit the bunker. You can see our NPC is going to follow us. And the NPC is super useful because they can carry stuff for you and they help you fight.
You'll need to survive before you even think about finding the mutant substance. Understood?
And now we're outside, so we're going to follow the quest lines. We'll have a bunch of people calling into us, which is her team of experts.
Learn by carefully following their instructions.
Advancing the main story will unlock buildings as rewards.
Nice to meet you. My name is Sierra Wilder, a survival expert. From now on, I'll share all the survival knowledge I know with you.
And you can see our NPCs already gathering up everything that's around us, so we can just take it off of them by pressing F to exchange.
Whether it's mine or yours, we need to share.
But for now, let's go ahead and see what our first quest is. Is to change our viewpoint, so you press V as in Victor. So that's like full third person, then you have first, and
How
then
about
like
picking
what I call
up
second.
noticeable small stones in the forest?
And of course she wants us to go pick up small stones. Just look for small rocks. And if anybody's watched this game before, you can see that the graphics are a lot better than they used to be. They used to be really white. So we'll just take a stone off the ground. They blend in kind of well now.
Now it's time to use that small stone to make a stone knife.
And then let's go ahead and make our stone knife, so we can press H as in help. It means handicraft, I think, but yeah, just press H. Click on the stone knife, you'll see the materials required. So if we wanted to make a pickaxe right now, you see we're missing a branch. So that's how you can figure out what you need. So again, click on the stone knife, and it tells you a lot of times where to find stuff. So like for the branch, it says obtain in trees. For the stone, it says find it on the ground. Let's go ahead and click on that. You can press T to craft, or you can click on it. It gives us the stone knife. You can craft different rarities of these, so you can get like blue, legendary. Can't think of, like, I want to say rare, and pretty much the higher, the better the color, based on like most games. Like blue is better than gray, which we have a gray knife. Gold is obviously much better than that. Anyways, we're gonna grab the knife, drag it down here to 1 on a hotbar. Then I'll just press escape to leave that screen, and we're just gonna try to rush through this tutorial as fast as we can.
Shall we gather some branches and leaves?
So once it's gathered branches and leaves, the best way to do that is to just pull out your knife and you can cut on it. If you want, they did add a new feature. I don't know if anybody noticed. You can kick. That didn't used to be in the game the last time I played, but just take your knife and cut on any branches or bushes that you see around you. It'll automatically populate. If you look on the right side, you'll see +1 branch, +1 vine, +3 leaves. And it wants us to obtain 10 leaves from this and destroy 3 bushes. So be sure to collect stuff as you go around. You're going to need a bunch of materials to get through these tutorials. This black rock right here, if anybody's wondering, that's an iron node. And you can get tons of different materials from these bushes, like bird eggs and fruits and seeds. Save all of it.
As the next step, we'll be crafting other tools necessary for survival.
And where you see it says reward acquisition attention +1, that means we just gained that stat for completing the quest. And then our NPC again, still working on gathering us up research materials and things we'll need, which will save us a lot of time. Now it wants us to craft a woodcutter's axe. And when attacking this stuff, so you can click over and over again, or you can just hold down and it'll just keep swinging. And that's the other thing I need to review, especially since we just leveled up. And you can see our NPC just leveled up with us. But anyways, look to the bottom left corner and you'll see a red bar, a yellow bar, and a white bar. So the red bar is our hit points. The orange bar, yellow bar is our stamina. So as you see us using our weapon, if you see us jump, you see his dodge, that uses up a lot of stamina. Now if you look to and then the white bar is your hunger meter. The farther down your hunger meter goes, the less energy and health you have. And then if you look on the left side of all those bars, you'll see like a little stomach icon. Below that stomach icon, you see LV plus, that means you leveled up. So if you want to put your points in, just press C as in Charlie. That'll open up the character menu. Here you can see how much experience it's going to take to get to the next level. You can see your occupation, you can see traits and everything else you want right here. And you can edit all this stuff. I think some of it used to take like a golden koi or something, and you can reset all your stats. I'm going to put everything into strength for now so we can gather faster, because again, strength does damage and jump power. Then you'll confirm your decision at the bottom. And then I'm going to go ahead and make another change too. I don't like auto-saving. Anybody who watches my playthroughs knows that, so I'm going to settings. Here you can change your controller, mouse, keyboard settings depending on how you play. You can change audio, graphics, all that good stuff. We'll go to gameplay. And here you can tell it to save to the Steam Cloud if you're using the Steam Cloud, or you can tell it to game autosave. Mine's currently disabled, so I guess it just saved because I walked out. But you can enable if you want. Personally, I like to save myself, so we'll hit save over here to save changes. Hit back. Now every time I need to save, I just need to come here to save load. Select whatever file I want to save under, or create a new one, and then I'll just save it. So let's get back to the quest. With that, we need to craft a wood axe, so we'll press H again. Come over here to woodcutter's axe, we'll craft it, and you see this one came out blue, whereas the knife is still gray. So let's go ahead. Well, you don't have to drag it down. Oh yeah, you have to drag it down here, but if you wanted to equip it to yourself, you can just right click it. So if we go to our inventory and you want to replace your knife with your axe, just right click on it. So now we have the axe, and I don't like playing in first person. If y'all want me to play in first person, let me know. I will consider it. So let's go ahead and chop down this tree, and let's go over a note while we're on it. So if you get too close to an object, you can't cut it, as you see here. So if you back up, you should be able to cut it fine. It's going to be really slow, guys. I can't stress this enough. The game starts off super slow. Takes a while to destroy things, cut things down until you get better weapons and equipment. So if you get yellow axes, yellow knives, it makes it faster because they do more damage. But then while you level up too, you're going to gain more points. You're going to want more research, and eventually you're going to be able to one-shot, two-shot trees, iron ore, and everything else. So don't hate the game initially just because it starts off really slow while gathering. So now we need to get logs, and we need to destroy trees. So I'm going to cut these trees down until the quest is done. Like she just said, she wants us to craft a pickaxe. If she's talking and you're paying attention to that while you're playing, you know, make sure you're just cutting down some trees, small bushes and things, because you're going to need all these materials, and you're going to have to do a ton of gathering. Until we're told to use this pickaxe, make sure you don't mine or do anything out of order, because it's going to make us do all the basic stuff, and you don't want to redo it all. So let's go ahead and back to our handmade menu by pressing H. We'll click on the stone pickaxe. Again, one branch, one small stone. Let's go ahead and craft that. Let's go ahead and drop that on hotbar 3. So again, that relates to your number keys, so you can just swap through everything. So like right here, we can go to our knife,
now,
axe,
let's use
click it
our
again, and it
crafted
goes away.
pickaxe pickaxe to gather stones and minerals.
And now it wants us to destroy 3 boulders. So boulders are anything that's gray and looks like this. If it's black like that, that's iron. So let's go ahead and break these down. It wants 2 iron ore and 3 boulders destroyed. And again on this, it applies to too close, you can't hit it. Too far away, obviously you're going to miss. And I want to say back in the day, you used to, if you hit these little chunks, it wouldn't count towards actually destroying the rock, but it looks like he's fixed that mesh. So I guess you can just hit it anywhere. And if you look at our pickaxe right now too, I need to cover this because it's really important. You'll see a green bar. So if you look at the 3 on the far right side, that green bar is our durability. The worse the durability, the less damage it's going to do. So make sure you keep your stuff repaired. And we'll go over that once we get to that specific quest of how to repair your stuff. Alright, so we destroyed that. Let's see what what next. Attention +1 to our main stats. Alright, so he wants us to make an equipment workbench. Also, just so you know, you can loot cars in here, so just press F find to see what's inside of them. You're going to want to do this while you run around. Here we have some duct tape and some fuel. Let's go ahead and take all of this. And once we get to one of the main researches, which is going to be to make a wrench, it's one of the first things I go for. We'll be able to break these down. If you press F, it'll tell you you need a wrench to do so. And to make the workbench, we're going to go to the build menu, which means press B as in Bravo. Here we have a couple of different tabs. We have building, production, furniture, and traps. So it's pretty specific. Inside of there, you'll have more tabs to go through to where you can then choose other things to build with more tabs. So it's tab on tab on tab. Pretty smooth considering how much there is to build in this game. So like I said, production is where all your workbenches are going to be located. And then he wants us to make the equipment workbench. Go ahead and make sure you have the materials: branch, log, small stones, and a piece of iron. Piece of iron you'll get from mining the iron ore. If you're lucky and you get copper ore from the iron ore, do not drop it or lose it. You're going to need a ton of it. Copper is the most precious resource in this game. For the most part, I mean, it does change later on. We'll press B to close that menu. Now it wants us to interact with the workbench. Go ahead and craft a pipe. So we'll press F while looking at that. Here's a pipe at the top right. Go ahead and craft this. We can drop that down for our first weapon. That wants us to craft a bow. So we can do the same thing right here on the workbench. Click on the bow, craft it, drop it down. Now we need to make 10 arrows. To do that, we're going to do that in our handcrafting station. So we're going to press H. And here you have a variety of things again to craft. You can make the stone knife, woodcutter's axe, pickaxe, claw hammer, arrow, javelin, throwing knife, the herbal medicine, a wooden fishing rod, a torch, bandage, and fishing bait or paste bait. You can also repair your stuff here if you have the repair item, which we'll have to get to later. And then you can get parts and stuff, and you can trim down fat, bones, and do all kinds of other things with meat here and skin. But for now, let's go ahead and make our 10 arrows that we need. So I guess we go over this too. So if you look down here at the bottom right above the craft button, you'll see 3 different arrows on either side. The first arrow does 1. The next one gives you like a +10 if you have enough materials. And then the final one, this last one, the arrow plus a straight line, that'll make the max amount of material or max amount of items you can make based on the material you currently have on you. 1 craft is 5 arrows, so we're just going to make 2. You do not have to put these anywhere. They just automatically are ready to go with the bow. Okay, so he wants us to shoot an arrow at the crafting bench. So we just press 5 because we put the bow on our hotbar. So let's go ahead and shoot one at the bench. If you use the left mouse button, you'll put your arrow away without using it. Or right mouse button, actually. If you do right mouse button, yeah, then you won't waste your arrow. So let's go ahead and use our left. Aim in, shoot it. And then it wants us to recover the arrow. Let's go ahead and do so, which I think she picked up our arrow. So you gotta watch out for that. If she's faster than you, just shoot another one. And try to grab it before she does. Next, we need to craft a claw hammer. So we're gonna go back to our handcrafting menu. Here's the claw hammer, craft it. We're gonna drop this one on 8. So we need to equip that, and then it wants us to destroy the workbench. So we just pressed 8, equipped it. You can also repair here if you want to by using a branch. But like I said, he just wants us to demolish it, so just press R. Oh, actually I lied. He did want us to repair the workbench, so we actually just wasted materials because you don't get 100% back. Let's go ahead and throw another one down really quick. Just hit it with whatever. Get your hammer back out, and then you will just press T to repair it. So I skipped ahead, I guess, just from the test game. Now he wants us to dismantle it, so now we can press R. Alright, so now we have the next tutorial part is for us to dodge, kick, and kill a zombie. So it's Alt to dodge, and then again E to kick, and now all we have to do is kill a zombie. We're going to have Megan follow us, and she will fight and kill anything that we come across. So the best way to find zombies if we don't see any lurking around, because sometimes they are just standing around in the wilderness, is to go to a building. There's always going to be zombies in buildings. So we're going to head over here to these buildings, and I believe we do respawn in different areas, and it's still random. I could be wrong on that. So I'm going to head over here to this white building, and we'll see what we can find inside. Another thing I should have made a note of too and mentioned was while running around, if you have, say, a two-handed weapon, you're going to run and move slower. Then if you swap to your dagger, you'll be a little bit faster. So make sure you're using the right weapon. Again, you can vault over stuff and jump Be careful with that though, because it uses a ton of stamina. Alright, so right here in front of us we have a couple of zombies. So there's 2 right here on the road. Our NPC will help us, so let's go ahead and kick off this fight. If we get too close, she'll start fighting once they aggro us.
Seems like
Headshots do extra damage, so make sure you aim for the head.
Awaits us next.
You can recover your arrows, so definitely go back to that. Now the NPC is pretty tough, at least initially, so as you can see she's kind of messing them up pretty well.
Attacks are effective in arrow combat when inside buildings.
And then when you look down here to loot, you can see we can get our arrows back. They also dropped us some loot, so just press T for take all. And then you'll pick up everything in that radius. NPC's a little thief, so watch out for her. Now our next quest that he wants us to do is to aim and stab. So to aim, hold down the right mouse button, and then stab by pressing left mouse button. You kind of do like a lunge. And the next quest wants us to build a foundation. So we're going to do everything right here first. I'll break it down and move us to our main location, which will probably be the typical spot we build at for the first build. But for right now, let's go ahead and follow the tutorial. So build foundation, go to build menu, press B, go to buildings on the left tab, and then here's the basic foundation. Go ahead and press T if you have the vines and the logs necessary. And then here's your build menu, and the tutorials will go over all this, but mouse wheel will rotate it for you. Q and E will pick it up. I like to keep mine at a height where I can jump up and grab the top, at least on the back side, just so we can get ready for this first night wave. Let's go ahead and place it down. Try to make sure it doesn't get too low by the time it gets to another side. NPC will get in your way, so you might have to tell her to stay, and that's a little higher than I wanted. Now he's going to go over how you can press Alt to allow the foundations to snap or not. If the NPC's in the way, you don't want to turn it off, just run backwards. For right now, it's probably best just to tell her to stay over here once she catches up. So you just walk up to her, T for order, tell her to stop, and she should stay right where she's at. Then we'll go ahead and build. So you can see that right now it's not snapping. So if we keep it closer, then I press Alt, it'll snap too. And then just rotate it into place, press Q and E. The instructions are at the bottom on the screen. Tell her to raise it.
Your satiety depleting.
Now he's going to go over all that, so we need to build another foundation, so we're going to burn up all of our materials. So Q again lower, E to go higher, and then we'll just build that, and we actually need to build another one right behind it. And if you can see our food meters, our health and everything else, stamina is going down. But you can pick up mushrooms, and we can use these to make food later. So you'll see like these red ones, these yellow ones. So we got brown mushroom, red mushroom. He wants us to build a staircase. We're going to try to do that really quick, but we are running out of materials. So I'm going to have to do a bunch of gathering. And I'll probably do that in just a second until it gets closer to nighttime. So let me go ahead and start gathering. Once we get closer to like hour, trying to think. So if you look in the top right, I can't remember if I covered this time or not. Top right, you'll see it says normal, day 0, hour 13. When that reaches hour 24, the wave will be coming. And watch out too, you'll see wild animals everywhere. Some of these will attack you. Some of these are just good for getting materials that you need to do upgrades and other things with, and it allows you to make meat so you can cook. Again, food's super important, so I might try to kill some of these. They do run away, so you can press control to crouch, and usually if they don't see you, they won't run all the time. You're definitely going to want rabbit skins, but you can see that boar is running off. The rabbit took off somewhere. So definitely kill those. I think we do get a quest to start hunting, so we're not going to worry about that just at this moment. But if you get the chance to kill them, take them out. From there, like I said, we're going to knock out a bunch of these bushes, gather some stone, cut down a ton of trees, and we're going to hit every iron ore node that we see. And once we get to closer to the hour 24, then we'll pick up from there. We will be getting a bunch of quests while I do this that I might not cover all of them just because they're basic tutorial stuff. But again, press J as in journal. You can see those quests. Like right here, unlock building Q1 complete, vitality +1. If we click on the main storyline 1, mission complete, so we got strength +1 for that one. And then again, as you can see, more stuff unlocks as we go and we get more experts to support us. So then we have build quests, craft quests, survival quests, combat quests. So just go through here and make sure you're completing all these so you can get these bonus stats, because they're going to make the game completely different for you and speed it up a lot as far as like cutting your trees, rocks, and killing zombies goes, so that you can enjoy the full storyline. And you're going to need every single stat you can get to fight the new bosses that were added to the game, which is my goal in this playthrough. Is I want to reach the final boss, because I've yet to fight it. I haven't even seen it yet because I don't want to watch any other videos on it. So like I said, guys, I'll see you in just a minute. As always, if you're still at this point watching, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Greatly appreciate it. Add anything in the comments if there's anything you want to see or any questions you have. I do read them all and I respond as quick as I can. But with that, let's go ahead and keep moving, guys. So, like I said, I'll see you around hour 20 probably, because I'm going to gather up a ton of stuff. Alright, everybody, so I've done a lot of gathering and crafting. We have pretty full inventory of all kinds of stuff that we found. We got some boots off some zombies that came out of a house after us. We found a plug and a trash can on the side of the road. Besides that, we need to go get building because our stuff's filling up. You can see an eagle flying across there. There's a crow hopping, or a raven, up there on that mountain, and there was a fox easing across there. If you can kill those animals, save all their parts, you'll need them later if you have the storage space. So let's go ahead and pick back up with our quest. So we have M to move to the research center. Let's press M. This is the map. Here's the research center for the main story number 2. We're not headed there just yet. We want to get ready for the first wave. So we've done that. Now it wants us to go to the research center. Like I said, we'll do that later. Next, we need to build a material production workbench. So we'll press B as in Bravo. Come to production. First one's the equipment workbench, but we need to build the material production. So let's go ahead and set one of these up. If you see it, the blueprint like this is quite large, and that's going to it'll get bigger after we lay it down once we upgrade it. So now it wants us to make 4 wooden planks and 1 piece of lumber. Make sure you have the inventory space.
My body feels
If you come over here, you can see we have other menus. These will unlock as we upgrade. So right now we have the tier 1 stuff, which is the wooden planks. Let's go ahead and make 4 of those. And then we needed some lumber. We'll make 4 of those too, just to say we did. We'll use it, escape out, and the quest will update. Next, it wants us to equip the claw hammer and then upgrade the material workbench. Let's go ahead and do that. So you just look at whatever you want to upgrade, and then you press T. You'll see the material cost for it. So we need leaves, planks, and stone. And then it wants us to craft 5 pieces of brick. So that unlocked the tier 2 crafting. So now we can make brick here using stone and branches. Now it wants us to make iron and copper. To do that, we're going to have to upgrade again. So we can press T while looking at it. We need 1 more wooden plank. Let's go ahead and craft it. Press T twice and you'll craft without having to click, or you'll upgrade. Now we can make what it's requesting, but we need some inventory space, so let's press I. Inside of here, if you come to the top on the left, you can click on this. It'll sort your items out. I crafted a secondary pickaxe because we broke the first one, trying to get it to be a higher quality so we can mine faster. Fortunately, it didn't work out, so let's go ahead and get our iron ingots made. So we'll press F while looking at the station, come down here to tier 3, and then you can see the iron ingots. Let's go ahead and make 3 of those. And then it wants us to make 1 copper wire. To make that, make a copper ingot first. Once you have 1 copper ingot, then you can make the copper wire. You're going to need a ton of this, so save anything that makes copper. Now we need to craft a workbench, or a crafting workbench rather. So come back to our production tab. Here's the workbench. We need 1 piece of plank to do that. And we'll set that up just like this. If anybody's wondering about this fire, it was just here. You can sit down here and rest if you want to. Don't really see any benefit to resting. Maybe somebody knows better than I do. Maybe if you have a ton of stamina, it helps. I don't know. And we'll right click to get out of that. And it wants us to make 3 nails, 3 rope. Let's go ahead and do that. So nail takes piece of iron. You can get piece of iron from mining iron nodes. You get copper ore that way, and you get iron ore. Go ahead and manage our inventory. Right now we're just using her, so we'll just press F to exchange with her, and we'll give her stuff that we don't need right now, like feathers from where we've been killing birds. Be careful what food items you give her, because she will poison herself eating them, or she will eat all your food and then you'll have none to get your stats back up. And then let's go back into here where we'll make our rope. You can make cloth here using leaves if you need more cloth, which cloth is used to make rope. If you harvest the box on the roads, that'll give you research material and cloth a lot of times, and sometimes rubber, I believe, or plastic. So let's go ahead and make our rope. Now he wants us to build a sleeping bag. Sleeping bag is pretty important. It's a respawn point that you can lay down and set. So we'll come into the furniture tab. And then sleeping bag will be right here under the beds tab. And it's at the top. We need 5 pieces of cloth, so we need to make 2 more. And now we can make our sleeping bag. Just find wherever you want to put it and lay it down. And then it wants us to interact with it and rest. So if you have your hammer on, be careful you don't destroy it, so we can interact with it and rest. Now it wants us to interact with the sleeping bag and set our revival point, so if we die, we'll respawn on that. The zombies will still be alive and around you, so watch out. Now it wants us to build a spiked watchtower, so we'll come back into that same menu. If I remember right, it's under traps. No, actually it's under buildings, I think. Let's go down here to the fence icon, and then right here is the spiked watchtower. It takes rope and lumber. Let's go ahead and build it. Don't touch the spikes around it once it's built, because it will harm you. And you can jump on top of here. Your NPC will follow you too.
Technician, research and study are paramount.
Now it wants us to build a research table that'll allow us to unlock more stats and get a lot more done. So again, back to production. Right here, it's a little desk looking thing. We need 2 pieces of plank, 2 pieces of lumber, 2 pieces of rope, and 4 nails. Once you have your materials together, let's go ahead and build the research table. Just set it wherever. We're going to recycle this stuff and move it eventually, so don't worry about it. And like you can see, the quests are giving us
Shall we
more
start
stats as we
with
go.
the
Now it wants us to interact with a research table and research engineering graduate. That way we can build stuff. So we'll open this, and then we have research tabs here. So you can click through those to see what we have available. For now, we'll come over here to the skill tab. And then right here is engineering graduate at the top. After that is the one that has the wrench. So we want to go for that wrench as fast as possible. Let's go ahead and grab this one. It takes 10 pieces of research data. Again, boxes and zombies drop that. Research it. Now we can make gears and trap machines. To unlock engineer, we're going to have to find the polychemistry book, which if I remember right, will be at the research center itself. And then it wants us to craft the trap machine. So if we come back here to our crafting bench, trap machine's right here. It's going to take 3 copper wire, 1 piece of rubber, and 2 gears. So we're going to need more inventory space for that most likely, but we're going to go ahead and try to craft it with what we have. So let's go ahead and get our gears. We need iron ingots. So we'll come back to this other station and we'll go down to our tabs here. Let's go ahead and get our copper wire. We're going to need a lot of it, so we're actually just going to go ahead and make all of the copper ore that we have into copper ingots, and then we'll make all of that into copper wire. And then we need a healthy amount of iron ingots, so let's go ahead and make a couple of these. Then we'll come back over here to this station. We can look at the trap machine now and see what else we need. So again, 1 piece of rubber, 2 gears. Let's go ahead and make the rubber. It's made out of the resin you're getting from the trees. And like I said, we need 2 gears, iron ingots, make that. Now we can make a trap machine. Let's go ahead and craft it. Now it wants us to build a cutter, so we'll press B, come down to the trap tab. And you can see a bunch of traps here. The cutter is the second one down. It needs 2 nails, 4 pieces of rope, 3 wooden planks, 2 wooden lumber, and iron ingots. Let's get the rope, nails, and planks that we need. Now that we have those materials, we're going to come back over here to our foundations that we started. And in front of our stairs, this is how I like to do it. You can build it however you wish. We're going to build that. We're going to try to keep the NPC out of our way. I don't like to put it right at the stairs because it blocked me before. So I like to put it slightly offset. We're probably going to tell our NPC to go away because she likes to get in the way. So let's just drag her over here for now. And then we'll order her to stop doing anything because she'll, like I said, when you're trying to set traps, she gets in the way and she'll block them from being put down. And you can press Alt to get it to where it's not locking into place. Leave a little gap there is the way I like to do it. You can press Q if you want to put it a little bit lower if the ground will let you. And then we'll set that there. Make sure you can walk on it. And that should trigger and hit most zombies. Next, it wants us to consume painkiller and craft herbal medicine. And you can press J and follow whatever quest you want to. Like right here, it wants us to build a meat mallet. Anyways, to craft a herbal medicine, you can press H to go to your handicraft menu. Herbal medicine's there. It takes leaves and the rare herbs that you get off of plants. Those are kind of rare. Make sure you save those. You're going to need a ton of them later on. So we're going to craft that just to say we have it. We also need to eat some food, so let's go ahead and grab an energy bar. Just right click it and you'll consume it. You can't rapidly click it, but if you go to inventory, you can watch your stats go up when you right click. And then it said consume a painkiller. We can try to consume one. I think they're all on the NPC right now.
Whether it's mine or yours.
So painkillers are these pills right here, so let's go ahead and grab them. And that quest is done. Now it wants us to build the meat mallet, so to do that, it's another trap. We're going to have to get another one of the trap machines built. So we need more rubber, more gears, craft the trap machine, and see what else you need by pressing B. Find the meat mallet. It's right below the cutter. And we're going to need nails, rope, planks, and lumber. Once you have your materials ready for the meat mallet, what I'm going to do with it is, you see I just hit the spikes, took a little bit of damage. We're going to head to the top of our stairs. I don't like putting anything on the first landing. I feel like they have a hard time getting around it. And if they can't get to you, they'll destroy all your stuff. So we're going to put it right here. And there is the meat mallet.
The essence of...
Now it wants us to build a pusher. For the pusher, I like to put it on the side. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to lay down another foundation. And we'll set it over here on this side. We're going to press Alt to re-engage our everything locking in together. Actually, I don't want to put the pusher right here though. So let's go ahead and build back some. And sometimes you might have to press Q and E more than once to get it to actually drop down. And make sure you don't build these too low, or some of the guys will jump up to you. Let's see, so I want to leave at least 3 spaces here. So we'll set this one right here. And we'll hold off on building any more of these because I think we have another quest coming up that'll want us to build more foundations. And again, another trap machine's needed. That's why I went ahead and farmed up all the copper that I could get my hands on. Okay, so to build the pusher again, it's listed on the traps. You can see it right here. It's one of my favorites, but usually later on, not to get started with. But like I said, I'm just following the quest lines and teaching everybody how to do this in case you don't know. So get all your stuff together again. That's all the same materials for most of the traps, just different amounts. And then we're gonna head back over here to that platform. Usually you like to keep these low enough where you can jump and pull yourself up in case you ever fall off or need to jump off so that you reroute the zombies. Then we'll press B and build our pusher. And it does exactly what it says it does. It's going to push them. So like I said, I like to put it right here so it'll push them off. And then from there, let's drop back down. It wants us to build a flag for the next quest. Again, you want to get all this done as fast as you can by hour 20. The main trap I want to go over, I'm still working towards. So I'm sorry this video is probably getting a little bit long, guys, but it will keep you safe on your first night so you don't die. So let's go ahead and see what we need to build the flag. It's going to be under furniture, if I remember right. Chest icon, second item down, small stone, cloth, and branches. Just set it wherever you want. Like I said, we're going to get rid of everything here at some point. And then we will go to the flag, and it wants us to change it. So press F, pick a color, icon, whatever you want. You can name it if you want to. And then T to submit it. And now you can see that, and it shows up on your compass at the top of your screen. And then we can press M on the map and see it as well. Next, it wants us to build a trap door. For that, another trap machine needs to be made. I don't like building trap doors that much. I don't really use them. I can see where they would come in handy. So then go back down to traps, and right here on the third icon down of traps, should be the trap door if I remember right. Yep, it's right here, second one down. We're going to need nails, rope, planks, and lumber. Then with those materials together, we're going to come to the back side of the pusher right here. Let's go ahead and press B, go back to the trap door. Let's see, I think the proper orientation, I'm not sure it really matters, but I like to get the long lines running on the path that I plan to use. And then we'll just build that right there. It should only activate on zombies. And then let's open our quest menu or our journal again, see what else we have here that it wants us to do. So main story, like I said, we'll get to that later. Then build quest here. See, we've got the pusher, the trap door, the meat mallet. There's a number 7 here for the flag. Nothing else has been unlocked yet. So let's go over to the crafting quests. Looks like all these are done. Mission's been complete. Let's see, number 1, mission's been complete. So we're good there. Survival quests. Here we look pretty good. I don't see anything else to do. Let's check number 1 out. That one's complete as well. Combat quest. See, that's all up to date too. So from there, we can kind of do whatever we want for now for the quest line. So I'm going to build us another trap machine, and then we're going to build the trap that's going to be the best one that'll keep us safe for the first wave. So let's go ahead and back to our crafting bench. We'll sort this out. Then we're going to go back to traps, back to the top tab. And then right here, I want to build the pendulum. It's my favorite trap for the early game. So with that, we're going to need more nails, rope, planks, and lumber. It's kind of expensive. So with those materials ready, again, let's go back over here. And trust me, you're going to want to do this much because the first wave can get kind of rough when you're brand new to the game. And then if you look at this, it's kind of hard to see, I know. If you rotate it around using the mouse wheel, you can see there's a giant ball at the end of it. You want that to face away from where you plan to stand and fight. So we're going to put it, and don't stand in it because then you can't place it, so you got to back up some. Eventually we're going to turn them this way to knock things off, but for now we're just going to have one because we're low on materials and resources and time. So we're going to place it like this. And that way when that thing swings, it's going to knock them back over here into the meat mallet and away from us. And with that, let's go ahead and build another foundation so we have a place to stand. So we're going to go across the trap door, come over here, make sure we press Alt so it locks back in, press Q so it drops down. And now we have the foundation leading us to the back. I like to have about 2 so I can keep a little bit of distance. Another thing I like to do is upgrade the stairs and at least the first foundation because they will do some smashing here if they have a difficult time getting up, and you don't want them to break the stairs because then this whole thing becomes useless because they can't get to you, so then they'll just destroy everything until they reach you. Now then, our next quest is currently to build a storage box. So as you do quests and level up and complete things, you'll get more and more of these. So for that, we're going to go to furniture, top icon right here, storage box. You need 5 more nails, craft it, and then we'll get our storage box, build it, and we'll just set it wherever we want. With that, you can upgrade these and get a lot more storage space in your inventory. And for now, if we want to, we'll go ahead and store like our extra pickaxe that's not doing us any good. We'll probably equip these leather shoes in a second, so we can go back over to inventory. So if you look at our old shoes, they're protection +5, crit +1, movement speed -3 with a lightning coil in it. And this one has a lot of other coils. The coils are really important. We'll go to those later on once we get more of those put into our gear. For now, this gives us more hit points, same movement speed, and a little bit extra protection. So let's go ahead and equip them. Just right click and you can see our character design changes, and then we'll store these other ones into our crate. We can also store this plug because we won't need that for a while. From there, we're looking pretty good for the first night. We do need something that's really important, especially when you're making content. If you're a content creator watching my stuff for ideas, what you're going to want to do is build some light, so we can go ahead and knock that out. So press B, come over to furniture, second tab down, and you can see we have the lamp here, and then we also have the wall lamp. We're going to build one wall lamp. And you can place this stuff all over the place. Right now we're going to put it at the top of the pendulum to give us really good lighting. and it'll light up most of the area for us. From there, I think we should go do a little bit of fighting. So we did clear this one building because the zombies broke out. Let's bring her back with us because she helps us fight. So T for order, tell her to go back to moving. This time it's a good point to go ahead and eat some more, get your hit points up. You don't want to die. But zombies will break out of the doors, so they broke through this door to come after us. And then inside of here, you can find all kinds of lootables. Let me turn the flashlight on so you can see a little bit better. Don't loot until you've cleared all the rooms, because there could still be some stragglers in here. She should come in here and start looting some of the basic crates and items that'll give us materials. And then you'll find all kinds of cabinets. Now this is a weapons cabinet, so if it's like a metal crate, you'll see weapons in it like this. Usually you can find armor and better weapons than what you can make inside of it. So like right here we have a handmade submachine gun and a equipment repair kit. Some more research data in that one. Cloth. So this would save us a lot of materials if we'd gone ahead and looted. Then let's go inside of here, loot all these cabinets. Cells we don't need just yet. That's for later on when we do more upgrades on our traps. Cloth and more research data. And inside of here, there's some ammo. Ammo can get kind of rare, so only use it if you have to. You're going to need a lot of it later on. Let's go ahead and open this and see what we can find in here. Nails, gunpowder, won't need that for a while, but go ahead and grab it. It's a rare material. And this house is clear. We're going to head over here to another house. Check it out. There goes a fox. This house is probably going to have a lot of enemies in it, so be ready for that. And these scooters, these are new to the game. You can actually store stuff on these by pressing T because they're the first vehicle you can get now. And then, of course, you can get on it and ride. We're not going to worry about that right now because it's going to alert all the zombies. We'll go ahead and open this door, let them see us. I like to back out. She usually gets in the way, unfortunately, which might get us killed.
Darkness is starting to fall.
Right now it wants us to build barbed fences and get ready for the nighttime because we only have 3 hours before the zombies come. Let's go ahead and try to clear the rest of this building, though. There should be a lot more guys in here. They will jump at you, so you gotta watch out for that. I don't like being trapped in here because of her. It's an easy way to die. I'm hoping we can find another melee weapon to give to her, or a better one for ourselves. And now we're stuck on the wall. So like I say, it can get quite dangerous in there. So, look at her go. And we're getting more quests because we're killing more stuff. And then we're going to loot all the cabinets in here, see what we can find. There's some food right there. Usually these have ammo in them, these little wall walkers. And we got experience for looting, so we're level 8 now. Let's go ahead and put our point into strength, which is what I've been putting all my points into so far. And this refrigerator, we can break it down once we get a wrench. Good way to get electrical parts. These little things are food crates, the little milk. They usually have food in them. See, she came in here and broke down a bunch of stuff. Another weapons rack. Let's see, a repair kit. So we're not doing good on finding weapons. And some cloth. If we want to, we could go ahead and pop. We'll go ahead and eat the food, and then we can pop our health stuff. So different health items give you different things. Is she fighting again already? Oh. Where'd that guy come from? You will get attacked randomly by zombies just by hanging out. They do drop stuff, so make sure you take that. Go ahead and get out of this house before she ends up killing us. And then, like I said, we'll eat that one food item we found. And then our hit points are still low, so we can pop the painkillers. And then we'll regenerate a little bit of health over time. And then let's head back over here. We'll complete one of the quests that we were given. So he wants us to build 2 barred fences. Press B. Go to your traps. At the top, it's the most basic of traps, so we need 1 rope per and 2 lumber per. And then we'll come back over here to our building. Press B, we can build it if we want to. First, I'm going to put down another light just to make sure we can see really well at night. So I'm going to build one of these lamps. I'm going to put it right here under the staircase. And then we'll build our 2 barbed traps. So back to the trap tab. Take that. I like to put it next to the stairs so they get stuck on them. They will hurt you too, so make sure you don't touch them. And the next quest is for us to fight zombies. It wants us to find their weak points by stabbing. So you hold down the right button and you stab whenever you see that little red icon appear on their stomachs and heads. And then the same thing with kicking them. We'll have to wait on that one. It's going to take a little bit to get to that point. Before the wave gets here too, make sure you have a bunch of branches on you, because that's what you use to reload the traps. So right now we have 39 branches, so like I said, make sure you have at least 20 or so on you. Things can get kind of rough, and your spike traps might occasionally kill some animals, so check back on those every now and then. And then we're just getting more and more quests as we go. And on this campfire you can do some cooking. So you can walk up to that, press F to craft. You can make boiled eggs. The mushrooms really aren't worth making because they'll still make you sick. So if you hover over it, it tells you what it does. Well, actually, the grilled mushroom doesn't make you sick. I thought it made me sick the last time I read that. But you can roast birds if you've been killing birds. Gives pretty good calories. The eggs are pretty good too. We're going to make a couple of eggs to make sure we have them for tonight, for when the wave comes. And then if you've been cutting trees, you'll be getting apples, and you can use those combined with the mushrooms, and that'll make the roasted mushroom and fruits, which will increase your movement speed by 10% for 12 hours. Let's make some of that, since we're getting low on energy bars. Like I said, used to on the last time I made a walkthrough, the energy bars could give you food and health, so you didn't have to worry as much. And she wants us to hunt a rabbit. The best way to hunt a rabbit, in my opinion, is to use a gun, and then later on you just use traps. But I don't even think we have enough ammo, so we kind of need to go loot another house or two, because I like to get a gun built up and a little bit of ammo just before the first wave in case things go bad. And here's one of those trash cans I was talking about on the side of the road. Has random materials in it. Let's see, there's a rabbit. Let's see, you can sometimes get them stuck and kill them, but it's really hard to aim. Looks like he's out of stamina too. There we go. So we got the rabbit. Let's go ahead and skin it by pressing F. He gave us bones, a small meat cut, and a rabbit skin. Let's exchange with her since our inventory is full. We'll give her the fuel. We don't need that right now. The bone, the leather, the gunpowder, that stuff we can't use just yet. Or we can use the leather to complete that quest. But she can hold a battery cell for us too. And so the quest with the rabbit fur is going to want us to manage it. So go come up here to the top to the skin. Oh, not skin. Let me see. Where's that handicraft menu? So press H for handmade, and then come down to the trim tab, and then there's the rabbit skin. Same thing with any other fur you get, and then you can trim it, and then you'll get processed leather, which is used for upgrades. So I'm going to run down this road a little bit to this house. I do want to show one thing though, and I think we're going to call the episode there, and then we'll open it back up on the wave, because I want to show the full first wave, so that might just be episode 2, is just going through the wave. But down here is a new little area they added. So these little culverts here, these little pipes, they lead in here, and there's some zombies in there. I haven't explored it yet. But yeah, I just want to show off that there's new areas and been a lot more updates since I last played. But from there, let's go ahead and we'll clue this one more house to see that we get any more weapons or loot, and then we'll call it. Where did my NPC go? There she is. Make sure you build up stamina. You don't use it all sprinting around. Walk in here, attract everything. You don't want to fight them all at once. Now, I did want us to attack the weak point, so we can do that and try to knock that quest out. Oh, we just stabbed it, but we didn't stab the weak point because it wasn't red. Always go for headshots. Looks like she might be down. Where did... Oh, she's trying to attack through the window. Quite a few coming. And you see that little red dot? It's really hard to see, but it appears on them. That's the weak point. But normally to get your combat quest done, it's... Oh yeah, you gotta kill this guy or he'll summon more zombies. He doesn't attack, so you just do what you gotta do. Fighting inside is kind of rough. And then our NPC leveled up. Make sure you look around for any loot bags. And then we'll clean this place out. See if we can't find something good. See, so these wand coins are good. They can make copper, and you also want to save these cooling waters. That's for making vehicles later. And it says that so far it's just more basic stuff that we already have, and one thing of food. Alright, so we didn't get anything great. See, there's nothing upstairs for us. I'm going to leave this building. Looks like we're just going to have to fight the night. It's going to be a little rough. Alright, so we were given another quest on the way back. Let's go ahead and build that. It wants us to do 2 foundations, 2 stairs, and a barbed fence. So we'll just go back over here. We're just going to drop these wherever. We're going to recycle them later. We're not actually probably going to use them for anything. 2 foundations, and then we need to build 2 stairs. You can build another stair. We'll get into that later once we get into more advanced building. And then wants us to build 3 of the barbed fences. And we'll just set these over here for now. Doubt they do much. That wants us to reload the cutter. We'll do that once the zombie wave is done. Again, that takes branches, so we do need to double check and make sure we have enough branches before the wave gets started. We still have 33 even though we've been crafting. And the journal's been updating, so there's all kinds of extra things it wants us to do. If you're trying to upgrade your gear, you can build the small animal trap. It wants us to do that for one of the quests now. I just checked. Let's see, for that, I think it's going to be under production, the little farming icon. And at the top here is a small animal trap. And these work really, really well, so make sure you build them. They do take seeds, though, and a lot of sticks. And we do need to grab a few more sticks before the wave starts. So that's a small animal trap. We're just going to build one for now. If you build it, they will come. So from what I've seen, they'll pretty much show up no matter where you put it. It's usually good to keep it away from places you're going to frequent, though, because it'll scare the animals away. And from there, I think we can call it. We've made food. We went over the recipes, storage. The only thing left, like I said, is going to be the wave when it comes. And from there, we're going to probably do it on the next episode. And then we're going to move towards the city to where I want to actually build my main base. But for that, we're going to need to build a bunch of extra arrows, which you do want arrows for tonight, too, just in case things get rough. We can come to the research desk. And here, if we want to, you could do like novice porter. That's going to allow you to carry more, have like a larger inventory to carry more items. You can go to forest worker. That's what I would recommend to an extent. Under skills, though, like I said, we're going to save up for engineer at some point. And combat, we can do assault soldier if we want to. Attack speed plus 2%. I'm not too worried about that right now. Right now, I'm more concerned with like doing like forest worker so we can cut down trees faster, or it does extra damage. So let's go and research that. It takes 25. Quarry workers for stone, logging expert, and all this we can't do. It's going to take a book. This one's basic materials. We'll need more. So after the wave, we'll be able to get a lot of this research started. So guys, if you enjoyed that content, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one when the wave starts. We'll go over that. I don't know if I'll do the full wave as far as showing it in the video because it can be kind of long. I'll just show you like, hey, this is how you reload this is where you need to stand, what you need to do to take care of things. Make sure you figure out where you can and cannot jump to get back on top of these. So like on this backside it's a little too high, but right here should be fine, or it was a second ago. There we go. Then you have to time it just right and like do like a double jump to pull yourself up. Make sure you don't stand inside of your traps, they will hurt you. And again, final note, make sure that you have plenty of branches and ammo for your whatever weapon you plan on using. I recommend the bow personally. You can go ahead and build ranged weapons like javelins and throwing stars. They just don't work very well. So guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.